Question 1. Study any safety of the environment related to oil and gas industrial. This is the answer. When you think of the oil industry, environmentalism and sustainability are probably not the two words that come to mind. Nevertheless, we are living in increasingly eco-friendly world, where both the residential as well as the commercial realm are adopting and implementing green practice in order to create a safer living and working environment, cut needless expenditure, and aid the preservation on earth. With that in mind, it shouldn't come as a surprise that modern oil companies recognize the need for a more sustainable and environmentally friendly business model that will not only help the environment, but the industry as a whole. Information is the key to innovation and prosperity, and the business world knows this all too well. The oil and gas industry is no different, and modern companies recognize just how much technology plays a vital role in raising productivity while minimizing expenditure and waste. In 2017, research concluded that offshore oil platforms were performing at only 77% of their true production potential.
Otherwise, this means that there is plenty of room for improvement across the board, and those companies that aim to survive in the years to come have begun to integrate smart analytics systems into their operations in order to generate greater returns for themselves and the environment. Identifying wasteful areas using modern software is vital in reducing bottlenecks, accidents, and resource wastage. The next question is, explain any workplace health risks in oil and gas industrial. The answer is, air is a mixture of gases, but because its composition is reasonably constant, it is usually considered as a single gas, which simplifies the measurements of toxic and flammable gases for safety and health applications. Flammable and toxic gas hazards are generally well understood by operators, technicians, and safety personnel in the oil, gas, and petrochemical industries. Continuous training and refreshment of knowledge is essential to avoid potential accidents caused by complacency. The new personnel are often assigned work activities in potentially hazardous areas with only very limited training about gas hazards and the use of gas detection equipment. Most organic compounds will burn. Burning is a simple chemical reaction in which oxygen from the atmosphere reacts rapidly with a substance producing heat.
The simplest organic compounds are hydrocarbons, which are the main constituents of crude oil and gas. Hydrocarbons are composed of carbon and hydrogen. The simplest hydrocarbon being methane, each molecule of which consists of one carbon atom and four hydrogen atoms. It is the first compound in the family known as alkanes. The physical properties of alkanes change with increasing numbers of carbon atoms in the molecule. Those with 1 to 4 being gases, those with 5 to 10 being volatile liquids, those with 11 to 18 being heavier fuels oils, and thus with 19 to 40 being lubricating oils. Longer carbon change hydrocarbons are tars and waxes. When hydrocarbons burn, they react with oxygen from the atmosphere to produce carbon dioxide and water. Although if the combustion is incomplete because of insufficient oxygen, carbon monoxide will result as well. More complex organic compounds contain elements such as oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, chlorine, bromine, or fluorine, and if this burn, the product combustion will include other compounds as well. For example, substance containing sulfur, such as oil or coal, will result in sulfur dioxide. Thus containing chlorine such as methyl chloride or PVC will result in hydrogen chloride.
In most industrial environments where there is the risk of explosion or fire because of the presence of flammable gases or vapors, a mixture of compounds is likely to be encountered. In the oil, gas, and petrochemical industries, the raw materials are a mixture of hydrocarbons and chemicals, some of which may be being altered by a process. For example, crude oil is separated into many materials using process referred to as fractionation or fractional distillation. Fractions are further converted using processes such as cracking or catalytic reforming. Flammable hazards are therefore likely to be represented by many substances on a typical petrochemical refining plant. Question number 3. Propose the strategies to reduce problem in oil and gas industrial. Reduce emission during production. Use enclosed tanks, central or on-site water treatment facilities instead of open pits to reduce fugitive air emission. Minimize venting and or use closed-loop process where possible during blowdowns. Install a plunger lift system for removing liquids from wells or blowdown. Convert low-emitting engines. Tighten connection and replace packing to minimize leaks and fugitive emissions. Use and maintain proper hatches, seals, and valves to minimize air emission. High-efficiency equipment. Replace high bleed valve with compressed air, electric valve, or low bleed valve. Install or convert gas-operated pneumatic devices to electric, solar, or compressed air-driven devices controllers. Conserve water. Utilize central water treatment facilities. Utilize on-site water treatment facilities, such as three-phase liquids, condensate, and gas. Separator on the flow backfill to filter out heavy particulates so water can be reused. Use carefully planned well completion. That's all from Group E. Thank you.